Neymar's morning doesn't start with an alarm. By 6:30 a.m., his smart home system in Mangaratiba begins waking the mansion gradually. The bedroom lights shift from darkness to a soft glow that mimics sunrise over the Brazilian coast. His bed, a custom one worth around $50,000, adjusts firmness automatically based on his sleep data from the night before. The mattress is handcrafted in Sweden, using horsehair, wool, and cotton, taking over 300 hours to build. When he rolls out of bed, his feet hit heated Brazilian marble floors that stay locked at exactly 72 degrees. The floor alone cost more than $200,000 to install. Every slab was cut from the same quarry and hand polished for 6 weeks before shipping. His bathroom is a spa, a rainfall shower with body jets programmed to his preferences. By 7 a.m., he's in his private gym, not a normal home gym, a full performance lab, resistance bands calibrated to his muscle groups, a Peloton tread that costs $8,000, and a techno gym equipment suite worth close to $200,000. The walls are lined with mirrors, but these aren't ordinary glass. They're impact resistant, anti-fog, and treated with a coating that adjusts lighting based on the time of day. His trainer meets him here 3 times a week. After training, he heads to the kitchen. Breakfast is prepared by a private chef who's been with him for years. The kitchen itself is a showpiece. Italian marble countertops, sub-zero appliances, and a wine fridge that holds over 300 bottles. This morning, it's scrambled eggs with avocado, fresh pressed orange juice, and acai from the Amazon. The ingredients are flown in twice a week. Nothing comes from a regular grocery store. Even the salt is harvested from a specific region in Portugal and costs around $200 per jar. By 8:30, Neymar's ready to leave. But he doesn't just walk to a car. He walks into a garage that looks like a private showroom. Because Neymar doesn't own a car, he owns a fleet. And deciding which one to drive is part of the ritual. Let's start with the one he bought when money was still new. Back in his Santos days, before the mega deals, Neymar drove an Audi R8 Spider. It was his first real supercar. The R8 Spider starts around $120,000 and features a naturally aspirated V10 engine that screams at 8,000 RPM. The retractable soft top drops in under 20 seconds, and the entire body is built on an aluminum space frame, the same technology Audi uses in race cars. It hits 60 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds and tops out at over 200. For a young player, this was a dream machine. Now it barely gets driven. Then came the Audis from his Barcelona sponsorship days. He had an RS7, a twin-turbo V8 beast that puts out 605 horsepower. That car costs around $120,000 and can haul 4 people in luxury while still doing 0 to 60 in under 3.5 seconds. The interior is wrapped in Valcona leather, and the digital dashboard can be customized to show everything from navigation to performance metrics. He also owned a Q7, Audi's luxury SUV. It starts at $50,000, but Neymar's version was fully loaded. Massage seats, panoramic sunroof, and a Bang & Olufsen sound system with 19 speakers. It was his go-to for training ground runs. Comfortable, quiet, spacious, but those were just the warm-up acts. Once the Barcelona money hit, Neymar's garage transformed into something else entirely. Enter the Ferrari 458 Italia. This car changed the game, worth around $160,000. The 458 Italia is powered by a 4.5-liter V8 that produces 570 horsepower. It was Ferrari's response to the supercar wars of the 2000s and 10s, and it didn't disappoint. The engine sits mid-mounted, giving it near-perfect weight distribution. The 7-speed dual-clutch transmission shifts faster than a human can blink, and the exhaust note, pure Italian fury. Mesut Ozil had one. Mario Balotelli had one. It became the footballer's supercar of choice. But Neymar wanted more exclusivity, so he bought a Maserati MC12. Only 50 of these were ever made. The MC12 was built between 2004 and 2005 specifically so Maserati could compete in the FIA GT Championship. Racing regulations required at least 25 road-legal versions to exist, so Maserati built exactly 50. It's powered by a 6-liter V12 borrowed from Ferrari, producing over 600 horsepower. The body is made entirely of carbon fiber and weighs less than 3,000 pounds. At full throttle, it sounds like a fighter jet taking off. The MC12 costs around $415,000. Neymar rarely drives it because it's not really a car. It's a collector's piece, a museum exhibit that happens to have an engine. Now let's talk about the Lamborghini Huracan. Neymar insisted this car be included in his Saudi deal when he signed with Al Hilal. The Huracan starts at $245,000 and runs on a 5.2-liter naturally aspirated V10, 640 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. Top speed of over 200 miles per hour. But the real magic is how it feels. The steering is direct, almost telepathic. The engine sits behind the driver, and every gear change sends vibrations through the cabin. It's not just fast, it's visceral. The interior is minimalist, wrapped in Alcantara and leather with a digital display that shows every performance metric in real time. Lamborghini designed the Huracan to be a daily driver supercar, and for Neymar it is. Then there's the Porsche Panamera Turbo, worth around $150,000. The Panamera Turbo is Porsche's attempt to make a sedan that drives like a sports car. It works. Twin-turbo V8, 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds, and a top speed of 196 miles per hour. The cabin is pure luxury, leather everywhere, heated and ventilated seats, and a Burmester sound system that costs more than most people's entire car. But here's the thing, it's front engine. That makes it less balanced than the Lamborghini's mid-engine setup, but it also makes it easier to slide the rear end out in corners. If you like drifting, this is your car. Neymar's also got a Bentley Continental GT. This one costs around $230,000 and is all about presence. The Continental GT is powered by a twin-turbo W12 engine, 12 cylinders arranged in a W configuration, 650 horsepower. It weighs over 2 tons, but it'll still hit 60 in 3.5 seconds, and top out at 208 miles per hour. The interior is absurd. Hand-stitched leather from Scandinavian bulls, because cows develop stretch marks, and Bentley refuses to use imperfect hides. Walnut wood trim that takes weeks to hand polish, and a rotating display in the dashboard that can show either the touchscreen, 3 analog dials, or a clean wood veneer. It's a car designed for people who want to arrive in style without looking like they're trying too hard. When Neymar wants something even more exclusive, he takes the Bentley Flying Spur, worth around $372,000. The Flying Spur is Bentley's flagship sedan. It's longer, heavier, and more luxurious than the Continental GT. The rear seats recline, massage, and heat. There's a built-in refrigerator for champagne. The windows are triple glazed for sound insulation so quiet that you can't hear the engine at highway speed. It's the kind of car you get driven in, not drive yourself. But Neymar's also got British muscle in his garage. The Aston Martin DBX 707, worth around $253,000. The DBX 707 is Aston Martin's answer to the luxury SUV craze. It's powered by a twin-turbo V8, producing 707 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds, faster than the Bentley, and it looks like something James Bond would drive if he had kids. The interior is wrapped in hand-stitched leather, and every piece of trim is brushed aluminum or carbon fiber. It's rumored Neymar insisted this car be included in his Al Hilal contract. Then there's the Rolls-Royce Ghost Black Badge. This one costs around $416,000. The Ghost is Rolls-Royce's entry-level sedan, but there's nothing entry-level about it. The cabin is so quiet that engineers had to add soundproofing to the floor, roof, and doors just to keep occupants from hearing their own heartbeat. The Black Badge Edition is the performance variant. More power, darker trim, sportier suspension. It's powered by a twin-turbo V12, producing 593 horsepower. But the real flex isn't the speed, it's the presence. When you pull up in a Rolls-Royce, people notice. The spirit of ecstasy retracts automatically when you park to prevent theft. The doors close with a satisfying thunk that sounds like a bank vault ceiling, and the ride quality is so smooth that Rolls-Royce engineers describe it as magic carpet suspension. Neymar also owns a Range Rover Autobiography. It starts around $150,000 and is the ultimate luxury SUV. Massaging seats, panoramic sunroof, adaptive air suspension, and a Meridian sound system with 29 speakers. It's built for comfort, not speed, but it'll still do 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds and handle off-road terrain like it's pavement. For Neymar, this is the car he takes when he wants to blend in. Well, as much as a 400 horsepower Range Rover can blend in. And then there's the Volkswagen Touareg, worth around $44,000. This is the cheapest car in his collection. It's comfortable, reliable, spacious, perfect for training ground runs or casual errands. For Neymar, it's pocket change, but it shows he's not always about flash. Sometimes he just wants something that works. Now we get to the wild card, the car that broke the internet, Neymar's custom Batmobile replica. This thing cost around $2 million to build. It's street legal, fully functional, and looks like it drove straight out of Gotham City. The body's made of carbon fiber and fiberglass, hand-molded to match the design from the Dark Knight films. It's powered by a V8 engine, producing over 500 horsepower. It has jet engine sound effects, LED underglow, and interior controls that look like something from a sci-fi movie. Neymar's obsessed with Batman. His helicopter has Batman logos. His private jet has Batman-themed seating. And now, he has an actual Batmobile. It's not practical, it's not comfortable, but it's the ultimate flex. Because when you're living the trillionaire lifestyle, your car collection doesn't have to make sense. It just has to make a statement. But Neymar doesn't just drive on land. When he leaves the garage, sometimes the last car he takes is a Mercedes van. Not because it's luxurious, though it is, but because it's equipped with a chauffeur who's on call 24 hours a day. The van is custom built with reclining leather seats, privacy privacy glass, and a full entertainment system. It's how he moves his entourage. Friends, family, security, they all ride together. Because when you're Neymar, you don't travel alone, you travel with a convoy. And that convoy doesn't stop at the airport, because Neymar doesn't fly commercial. He has his own air force. Let's start with the Embraer Phenom 100. This is a Brazilian-made executive jet worth around $3 million. It seats up to 5 passengers and has a range of over 1,200 miles. The interior is compact but luxurious. Leather seats, LED lighting, and a small galley for drinks and snacks. Neymar bought this early in his career as a way to skip airports and fly directly between cities in Brazil. It was his first taste of private aviation, and once you fly private, you never go back. Then came the Cessna Citation 680. This one's worth around $18 million. It's a medium-sized business jet with a range of over 3,000 miles. The cabin seats up to 12 passengers and features fully reclining seats, a full galley, and a private lavatory. The interior is customized with Neymar's branding, NJR logos, stitched into the headrests, and mood lighting that shifts from blue to green. This is the jet he uses for international travel, Brazil to Europe, Europe to Saudi Arabia. It's fast, comfortable, and completely private. But the crown jewel of his aviation fleet is the Dassault Falcon 900LX. This jet costs around $52 million. It's one of the most advanced private jets ever built, with a range of over 4,800 miles. The cabin is massive, seating for up to 14 passengers, a full bedroom suite, 2 bathrooms, and a galley equipped with a full kitchen. The interior is wrapped in cream leather with wood trim and gold accents. The windows are oversized, flooding the cabin with natural light, and the flight deck is equipped with the latest avionics, digital displays, autopilot systems, and satellite communication. Neymar can fly from Sao Paulo to Paris without refueling. He can sleep in a king-size bed at 40,000 feet, and when he lands, he steps off the plane looking fresh, rested, and ready. Because private aviation isn't about luxury, it's about control. Control over your schedule, your privacy, and your energy. And Neymar has mastered it. But he doesn't just fly, he also hovers. Neymar owns an Airbus H145 helicopter worth around $10 million. It's one of the most advanced civilian helicopters in the world, capable of carrying up to 10 passengers. The cabin is customized with Batman-themed seats, leather with embroidered logos. The rotor blades are whisper quiet compared to older models, and the flight range is over 400 miles. Neymar uses this helicopter to skip traffic in Sao Paulo, fly between properties in Brazil, and make dramatic entrances at events. It's also equipped with VIP transport features, noise-canceling headsets, climate control, and a sound system. When you own a helicopter, you don't sit in traffic, you fly over it, and that's exactly what Neymar does. But when he's not flying over land, he's floating on water. Neymar owns the Azimuth 78, an Italian-made superyacht worth around $3 million. The yacht is 78 feet long, with 3 decks, 4 luxury suites, and a crew of 6. The main deck features a lounge area with white leather couches, a wet bar, and floor-to-ceiling windows. The upper deck has a jacuzzi, sunbathing pads, and a dining area. And the lower deck houses the suites, each one with a king-size bed, marble bathroom, and ocean views. The yacht is named Nadine, after his mother. It's his floating sanctuary. When Neymar wants to disappear, he takes the yacht to the coast of Sao Paulo, or the islands near Rio de Janeiro. He anchors offshore, dives into the water, and forgets the world exists. For a few days, it's just him, his family, and the ocean. No paparazzi, no pressure, just peace. But even peace costs money, and maintaining the yacht runs around $1 million per year. Crew salaries, fuel, docking fees, cleaning, repairs. For Neymar, it's worth every cent, because the trillionaire lifestyle isn't just about having things. It's about creating spaces where you can breathe, and sometimes that space is on the water. Now let's talk about where Neymar rests his head, because a car collection and private jets mean nothing if you don't have a place to call home. And Neymar doesn't just have one home, he has a global empire. Let's start in Brazil. His most famous property is the Portobello Mansion in Mangaratiba, Rio de Janeiro. This place costs around $8.5 million. It sits on nearly 3 acres of land and stretches over 15,000 square feet. The architecture is modern, clean lines, floor-to-ceiling glass, and open-concept living spaces. Inside, there's a floating staircase connecting the levels, a formal dining room with a table for 12, and a gourmet kitchen with stainless steel appliances. The master suite has automated TVS that descend from the ceiling, a private terrace, and a bathroom with a walk-in shower and soaking tub. Outside, the property gets even more impressive. There's a synthetic tennis court, a private dock, and a swimming pool with an 82-foot lap length. The gym is equipped with top-tier equipment, techno gym machines, free weights, and mirrored walls. Next to the gym is a spa, integrated with nature, massage tables, a sauna, and an ice plunge pool. There's a gourmet barbecue area, a jacuzzi integrated with the ocean view, and a helipad for arrivals. And underground, there's a wine cellar with space for over 3,000 bottles. Each bottle is stored at a controlled temperature and humidity level. Neymar bought the property after watching a YouTube video of the house. He didn't even visit in person. He just wired the money and moved in. That's confidence. But the Portobello Mansion is just one piece of his Brazilian portfolio. He also owns a high-end mansion in Sao Paulo's Alphaville neighborhood. This one costs cost around $3 million and sits on a 2.5-acre plot. It has a modern design with an outdoor swimming pool, a wine cellar, and a billiard room. The master suite has incredible views and a walk-in wardrobe. The property is gated and secured with 24-hour surveillance. In Itaipava, he owns another mansion purchased from Brazilian actress Claudia Raia for $2.5 million. The property sits on a 37,000 square foot plot surrounded by greenery. Huge glass doors at the entrance lead to an open-plan living room perfect for entertaining. Outside, there's a swimming pool, sun loungers, and a dining area for casual meals. The property is all about blending indoor and outdoor living, privacy, nature, and comfort. Then there's his collection of luxury apartments. In Santa Catarina, Neymar owns at least 4 high-end units. One is in Itajaí in the Vila do Cariz building. The units are around 4,700 square feet each, and he paid about $1 million for it. In the same region, he bought 2 more units in the Verdemar Hugo residence, each one facing the ocean. The buildings offer resort-style amenities, private beach access, and 24-hour concierge. Together, those 2 units cost around $1.2 million. But his most sophisticated property in Santa Catarina is his quadruplex penthouse at the U-House Residence Club in Balneario Camboriú. This building is the tallest residential tower in Latin America, 81 floors, over 918 feet high. 2 identical towers connected by sky bridges. The development has over 100,000 square feet of leisure space, pools, gyms, cinemas, game rooms, spas. Neymar's quadruplex has panoramic views of the Atlantic Ocean from every angle, floor-to-ceiling windows that make you feel like you're floating. He paid around $6 million for his unit, and he bought another unit in the same building for his father, worth $3 million. Because when you're Neymar, you don't just buy one penthouse, you buy the whole floor. Now let's leave Brazil and head to the islands. Neymar recently purchased Japão Private Island, a 6-acre tropical paradise off the coast of Angra dos Reis. The island cost around $7 million. It's only accessible by boat or helicopter, a 35-minute flight from Rio de Janeiro International Airport. The main villa is Indonesian style with 2 master suites and a koi fish pond. There are 3 additional sea view bungalows scattered around the property. The island has its own beach surrounded by crystal blue water. It can accommodate up to 10 guests at a time. Before buying it, Neymar and Dubai property developer Sheikh Mohammed bin Gadi rented the island for a test drive at over $40,000. They wanted to see if it was worth owning. Apparently it was. Now it's Neymar's private escape. No paparazzi, no fans, no noise, just palm trees, ocean waves, and silence. But Neymar's real estate empire doesn't stop at Brazil. In Dubai, he just purchased a $43 million penthouse in the Bugatti Residences by bin Gadi. This is the world's first Bugatti-branded residential project. The building is designed to look like a Bugatti supercar, sleek, angular, futuristic. Neymar's penthouse is part of the Sky Mansion collection. It has a private swimming pool with views of downtown Dubai. Floor-to-ceiling windows flood the space with natural light, and there's a private car lift that transports your vehicle directly to your penthouse. You park your Lamborghini in your living room. The building also offers a French Riviera-inspired private beach, a spa, a fitness club, and a chef's table. There's valet service, chauffeur service, and a members-only club. Developer bin Gadi says the setting pays homage to the French Riviera. Construction is expected to finish in 3.5 years. When it's done, Neymar will own one of the most exclusive penthouses in the world. And in Miami, Neymar recently bought a beachfront plot in Bal Harbor for $20 million. The land comes with approved plans for a 13,000 square foot house, designed by London-based firm Elysion. The purchase immediately sparked rumors of a reunion with Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez, who both play for Inter Miami. Whether Neymar joins them on the field or just vacations nearby remains to be seen. But one thing's clear, he's building something massive, and when it's finished, it'll be another jewel in his global empire. Because for Neymar, real estate isn't just about living somewhere, it's about having options. He can wake up in Brazil, fly to Dubai for a meeting, and sleep in Miami, all without ever staying in a hotel. Every property is his. Every city is home. That's freedom. But freedom costs money, a lot of money, and Neymar's got it. So how much is he actually worth? Estimates place Neymar's net worth somewhere between $250 million and $350 million. That wealth comes from multiple streams. His Al Hilal contract paid him around 90 million euros when he signed, making him the most expensive acquisition in Saudi Pro League history. His salary was reported at 150 million euros per year. That's 6 times what he earned at Paris Saint-Germain. But in late 2024, Neymar's contract with Al Hilal was terminated early due to injury and limited playtime. He then made a surprising return to Santos, the club where his career began. The Santos contract is significantly smaller, but it brought him back to Brazil and back to his roots. Even with the pay cut, Neymar's off-field income keeps him near the top of the earnings list. His sponsorship deals alone bring in over $30 million per year. He signed an 11-year deal with Nike in 2011, which ended in 2020 after a Nike employee made a sexual assault complaint against him. Since then, Neymar signed with Puma. His deal with Puma is considered the highest value individual football boot contract ever, around $25 million per year. That's more than Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi combined. He's also sponsored by Red Bull, Replay Jeans, Gaga Milano watches, Gillette and McDonald's, Beats by Dre, Panasonic, and dozens more. In total, Neymar has over 35 active brand partnerships. Forbes ranked him the world's third highest paid athlete in 2019, behind only Messi and Ronaldo. In 2024, he ranked 7th with earnings of $108 million. And in 2023, Sports Pro magazine named him the most marketable athlete in the world, ahead of Messi and Ronaldo. That's power. That's influence. That's the kind of global reach that turns a footballer into a brand. But here's where Neymar's story gets even more surreal. In May 2025, a 31-year-old anonymous billionaire from Porto Alegre, Brazil, passed away and left Neymar over $1 billion in his will. The billionaire had no family he wanted to give the money to. He didn't want the government to take it, so he gave it to Neymar. Why? He said Neymar's relationship with his father reminded him of his own father, who had passed away. He also said he saw Neymar as someone who wasn't greedy. The will was formalized on June 12, 2025. If true, this inheritance would make Neymar one of the wealthiest athletes in history overnight. It's a story so wild that some people still don't believe it's real. But whether it's verified or not, one thing is certain. Neymar has built a financial empire that few athletes ever reach, and part of that empire is strapped to his wrist. Neymar's watch collection is legendary. We're talking over $10 million in timepieces. Let's break it down. He owns a Rolex Daytona with a black dial, worth around $60,000. A Rolex Pearlmaster with a cognac dial for $63,000. A Rolex Day-Date in orange red diamond for $88,000. A Rolex Day-Date Rainbow covered in sapphires for $115,000. A Rolex Daytona Ice Blue dial in platinum for $118,000. A Patek Philippe Nautilus Travel Time for $130,000. A Rolex Yachtmaster in white gold with diamonds for $130,000. A Rolex Lady Date just in yellow gold for $146,000. A Rolex GMT Master 2 in white gold for $150,000. An Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Black Panther for $167,000. A Gaga Milano Chrono Tourbillon Diamonds for $170,000. A Rolex GMT Master 2 in rose gold for $185,000. And then it gets insane. A Rolex Daytona Eye of the Tiger for $300,000. A Richard Mille for Michelle for $960,000. A Richard Mille RM 52-1 Tourbillon Skull for $1.1 million. And the most expensive watch in his collection, a Richard Mille RM 68-1 Tourbillon Singe de Congo, a limited edition piece worth $1.5 million. That's more than most people's houses. He's been known to spend over 100,000 pounds on watches in a single shopping trip. For Neymar, watches aren't just accessories, they're investments. They're art, they're proof that every second of his time is worth something. But Neymar's lifestyle isn't just about possessions, it's about how he spends his time. And when he's not training, he's partying. Neymar is famous for throwing legendary parties. One of his most talked about events was a 5-day mansion party for 500 guests. He rented an entire villa, brought in world-class DJs, and built an underground discotheque just for the occasion. The party reportedly cost millions. His close friends, his entourage, receive stipends of around $11,000 per month just to be available. They travel with him, stay in his homes, and join him on yachts in Ibiza and beach clubs in Saint-Tropez. Yeah, he's been seen partying with celebrities like NBA star Draymond Green. His social media is filled with clips of him dancing, laughing, and living without limits. For Neymar, fun isn't a break from life. It's part of the lifestyle. He plays hard because he works hard, and he's earned the right to enjoy it. But beneath the parties and the wealth, there's still discipline. Neymar's training routine is intense. Mondays are cardio-focused. Wednesdays are core and stability. Fridays are full-body strength training. He works with personal trainers, physical therapists, and nutritionists to keep his body performing at the highest level. His meals are planned down to the macro. Breakfast is eggs or cereal. Lunch is chicken, rice, and beans, Brazilian staples. Dinner's lasagna, risotto, or Japanese cuisine. Everything is prepared by his personal chef, Marcella Lermi, who follows strict dietary guidelines while adding flavor. Neymar has a sweet tooth. He loves hamburgers, chocolate, and cake, but those are rare treats. Most of the time, he's fueling his body like a machine, because even at 32, Neymar is still one of the best players in the world. He's won titles with Barcelona, PSG, and the Brazilian national team. He's competed in the Olympics and brought home medals. And in 2017, he became the world's most expensive player when PSG paid 220 million euros for his transfer. That record still stands. Now back at Santos, Neymar is focused on ending his career where it started. He's training for the 2026 World Cup with Brazil. He's recovering from injuries, and he's proving that age is just a number because his love for the game hasn't faded. If anything, it's stronger than ever. Neymar once said, "I'm always happy when I play." When you're happy, things naturally work out. That philosophy drives everything he does. He juggles a ball in hallways. He kicks it around after games. He plays futak, a soccer ping-pong hybrid, in his free time. For Neymar, football isn't just a job, it's joy, and that joy is what keeps him going. But Neymar doesn't just spend money on himself, he gives back. In 2014, he founded the Neymar Jr. Institute in Praia Grande, Brazil. The institute is a civil association designed to help young people in vulnerable situations. It offers education, sports programs, and opportunities that many kids wouldn't have otherwise. The charity auctions held by the institute have raised millions. The first raised $500,000. The second raised $790,000. The third raised $2 million. The fourth raised $4.2 million. million. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Neymar donated $1 million to fight the virus in Brazil. When floods devastated the state of Rio Grande do Sul, he donated over $4 million to help rebuild. He also used his fleet of aircraft to deliver supplies to victims. Neymar doesn't make a big deal out of his charity work, he just does it, because for him, giving back isn't about headlines. It's about responsibility, and that's the difference between living rich and living with purpose. Neymar has both. He's built an empire that includes mansions, yachts, jets, cars, and watches worth hundreds of millions. But he's also built a legacy. The Neymar Jr. Institute will outlive his playing career. The kids he's helped will remember his impact long after he retires. And the properties, the planes, the cars, they're just the visible proof of what discipline and talent can build, because Neymar didn't inherit this life. He created it. He started as a kid from Mogi das Cruzes, playing futsal in the streets. His father was a former footballer who became his advisor and managed every contract, every deal, every move. Together, they built a machine. By 15, Neymar was earning 10,000 reais per month. By 16, 125,000 per month. At 17, he signed his first professional contract and his first sponsorship deals. From there, it was Barcelona, PSG, Al Hilal, and back to Santos. Each move came with more money, more fame, more pressure, but Neymar never stopped enjoying the game. He never lost the smile, and that's what separates him from so many others. Most athletes burn out, Neymar burns brighter. He plays video games at night, FIFA, Call of Duty, video poker. He lives with his father, who still manages his finances and daily life. His mother and son live in Sao Paulo. His sister splits time between homes. Family's everything, and no amount of money changes that. So when you look at Neymar's lifestyle, the $50 million car collection, the $200 million aviation fleet, the mansions across 4 countries, the billion-dollar inheritance, it's easy to focus on the excess. But the real story isn't the things he owns. It's the mindset behind it. Neymar treats life like a game. He plays to win, but he never forgets to have fun. He trains like a professional, but he parties like a rock star. He spends millions on himself, but he gives millions to others. He's disciplined and reckless, focused and free, serious and playful. That balance is what makes the Trillionaire lifestyle work, because at the end of the day, all the cars, jets, and mansions mean nothing if you're not happy. And Neymar, he's the happiest player on the pitch. That's not luck. That's design. That's control. That's the Trillionaire lifestyle.